But when please, is it a heel move? No. Is it a hate move? Join us, Giant fans. Giant fans, baby. Giant fans. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? And I have the luxury to start the show today. Let me tell you guys something. Let me get it's a new year, it's a new zomp in my, look at that, Super Bowl, real shot, no bullshit shot, real shot, to Nate Sudfeld. God bless you. Ooh, put hair on my balls. Let me get started first of all. First and foremost, baby. To all the New York Giant fans, you did this to yourselves. You're a 6-10 football team. Look in the mirror. You look in the mirror and you say, if we played the way we were supposed to play, we wouldn't need the Eagles, Washington, or Dallas to do anything. You have to look at yourselves in the mirror. You bash the city of Philadelphia. You say we have a cracked bell. You say, oh, there's a fictional character, Rocky Balboa. The Philadelphia Eagles are a poverty team. Fuck Carson Wentz. They're a poverty team. They're abysmal. They're lowlives. They boot Santa Claus. And you have the audacity to ask us to fucking beat the Washington football team? The best thing that happened today was what happened. And for all those Giant fans that said, why is Nate Sudfeld in? Darius Slayton, all these idiotic players and fans, why is Nate Sudfeld in? I'll tell you why. Carson Wentz is on his way out. Why play him? Why hurt his value? Jalen Hurts played a half and a little more, 3/4. He gets hurt, then what? You could say what you want. We all know the truth, and that's fine. But you could say what you want. And I stand by the decision that the Philadelphia Eagles made. We needed the pick. We fucked the Giants, our most hated rival. I don't care what Google says about Dallas, about Washington. You guys should have left when you could. Bad judgment. How about those Birds, baby, in the 6th pick? How are you today, Kyle?
Buddy, that was one of the best intros of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. One of the best games of the year. And you know I'm not joking. I was crying my eyes out the whole time. I was so ashamed. That is a great way to start off the new year. Kicking your most hated divisional rivals out of the playoffs and just doing it in tank fashion. That was one of the most epic jobs by Doug Peterson I have ever seen in my life. And you know what? I'm proud of you. It was such a great game that you actually did a shot. Salute, brother.
Salute, my brother. Salute, my brother. But let's get to it. Let's get to the game. You started
off. Let's get to the game. All right. So the game was really bad. I'm being completely honest with you. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen. And, a lot of changes have to be made. The front office needs to be cleaned out. Sit in Jalen Hurts, obviously it was a tank job. Nate Sudfeld, everyone wanted to see what he could bring, what he had to bring to the table. And obviously he sucked. So, you're going to have to get a good backup for Jalen Hurts if he's your franchise guy going forward. And that's all there is to it. I don't know if Howie's coming back. I don't know if Doug's coming back. In my opinion, after what I saw tonight, I love what Doug did by tanking. I'm not so sure I'd bring him back, though. I know that there were some there were some play calls to me where it was like this guy just doesn't have it anymore, and I just don't know. I don't know, man. But really bad game. Washington's gonna get their asses kicked next Saturday.
Yeah, it was clear Alex Smith was hurt.
Yeah, I know, but they're gonna get destroyed by Tom Brady next week. Everyone knows it. But honestly, now we look ahead and we see two of the top picks. We get the sixth pick. We get the sixth pick, obviously. So Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, they're both there. Honestly, I want Jamar Chase, but if we get either, I'll be okay with it. And we've been waiting a long time for a player like this. So let's go. New era. Super Bowl era is over.
Listen, my thoughts on the game, besides the tank job, listen, I think this is how many guys were out? The whole team was basically out, but the defense came to play, but I also think that the defense came to play because Alex Smith's just really bad. Yes. And I think that offensive line is really bad. Like, Alex Smith made us look like a top 5 defense over there. Any normal quarterback, even Daniel Jones, would have made us look like Swiss cheese. So let's be honest. Offensively, it's everything that I expected. If any Eagles fan out there doesn't think that we should take a wide receiver with that pick, is absolutely out of their mind. Now, listen. I'm not going to sit here and bash Rager. You guys know how I feel. If you tune in weekly, I tell you every time, I am not a fan of this kid. I understand he's a rookie, but he's already been hurt twice, knocked out in the game. When Wentz got a concussion, you called him a pussy. This guy gets his fucking wrist hurt, he gets hurt. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This team, regardless if Carson Wentz is the quarterback, regardless if Jalen Hurts is the quarterback, this team does not have any talent at the wide receiver position. Anybody that follows this team knows that we fielded our starting wide receivers. Fulgham, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Greg Ward, Jalen Reagor, all our starters. And Fulgham had 0 catches. We had Jalen Reagor with 1 catch, I believe. He got hurt. It is abysmal. We have no firepower. I don't care if it's Carson Wentz. I don't care if it's Jalen Hurts. I don't care if it's Trevor Lawrence. This team is so behind the 8 ball offensively, it's not even funny. It's disgraceful. I am glad. It hurts to see us like this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a total asshole. It's bad. And we're going to be rebuilding, and it's going to be really bad. We're going to be a bad football team. You know what I mean? But this team, if you don't think we lack elite toughness, elite talent on this offense, Jalen Hurts could only do so much. And Jalen Hurts in the second half was not that impressive to me. I don't know if they were tanking. I don't know if they said, take the foot off the gas. I don't know. In the first half, he looked good. But like I said, Washington had everything to play for. We were in the whole game until the fourth quarter. I just feel that wide receiver is the number one issue, and you need to go find the goon, and you need to go find the dog. Whether that's Jamar Chase, who we both agree that we want. If it's Devonta Smith, I'll take it. But you cannot, under no circumstance, go into the season with Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Jalen Reagor, and whoever the fuck it is. You just can't. This team lacks elite toughness, elite levels by all means. Even if we have the offensive line healthy, we have no playmakers. Fourth and goal, we should have kicked the field goal, yes, but he went for it. We can't get open on 4 times. 4 times, nobody can get open. You can't find somebody open. We have an issue at quarterback as well. Is Jalen Hurts the guy? I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that you like Jalen Hurts the last couple of weeks, but actually the last week and a half, you've been kind of suspect about him. Now, I do have a $2 super chat up here. I had one before this. It was about High Noons. I'm going to put that up right now. He said, White Claws are poor trash. Buy High Noons. I like High Noons, but I can't find them anywhere. They're all sold out. You're right about that. Thanks for the super chat. Cruson26 says, if you get the chance to take Fields, would you do it?
I don't know. I don't know about the kid.
He doesn't know about the college game. I'm going to tell you right now, just because Justin Fields performed well on Saturday, I wouldn't take Justin Fields. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is obviously the more poised professional. A lot of people look at that game and say, oh, Fields balled out in the game of his life, but that's what Ohio State does. Ohio State always balls out on the big stage every single time they're on the big stage. Every Ohio State fan knows that. So Justin Fields actually had a poor year this year. He had a great game, but overall his year was not very good. And people have to look at that, and I don't know what the Jets are going to do, but honestly, in my honest opinion, I'll go after 3 players. Here's my 3 and my 3 only, all right? Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, or Surtain. Those are my 3 players that I want. Surtain is the cornerback from Alabama. Since Schwartz is leaving, we're going to get another guy who probably doesn't play 10 yards off the ball, and he's going to be more of a lockdown. So I'd be okay with those 3 players. If we get the guy Sewell from Oregon, the guy that sat out this year due to COVID, I would take him as well because he's a generational tackle on the offensive line. But honestly, I would be all right with those 3 players.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Those are the top 3 that I would go with. I'm not a college guy, but for maybe the last month and a half, because I knew the Eagles were so bad, I was looking, and Jamar Chase, been watching Alabama games. Listen, I can't agree with you more. We need a wide receiver. I've seen a lot of people today. Let's be honest. There's not really much to talk about this game. This game was basically a preseason game. There's not much to talk about. All we could do is talk about the future of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think times are gloomy. I really do. I think we're going to be a bad football team next year as well. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It does not matter because this team has to be rebuilt. We're behind the 8 ball. I've been saying it since week 5 of the NFL year. Yeah. I've been telling you, I've been telling Zach, I've been telling Trevor. I said, listen, guys, you cannot win in the National Football League with these wide receivers. They're practice squad players for a reason. We have some talent with Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts, whatever. But Zach Ertz is going to be gone, let's be honest. Dallas Goedert is good, but he's always hurt. We don't have any offense. The defense is way ahead of the offense, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean that the defensive side of the ball doesn't need help. We need so much help. Rodney McLeod has a torn ACL. He's not going to be ready for the season. We have no safeties. Cornerback besides Darius Slay, who to me is iffy, who are you going to go with? Are you going to go with Surtain? Are you going to go with Devontae Maddox again, who's small sized? We have no linebackers except Alex Singleton. It's a bad situation. The team is older. But in my opinion, like I said, and I know I keep rambling on, I don't understand how people could say, well, you went wide receiver last year and you went wide receiver in 2019. In 2019, we went with a wide receiver in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who's been a healthy scratch all year long. We went with Jalen Reagor, who hasn't had a good year this year. So now the time that you have 2 studs looking at you in front of your face, now you're going to go somewhere else? I just don't understand it.
Yeah, no, I mean, you say that we didn't really have any wide receivers. I respectfully disagree. I feel like next year, when you have Alshon Jeffrey off the team, you'll see Fulgham a lot more on the field. I think Fulgham still has what it takes. He had over 500 yards catching this year. Like, once you sit a guy and you limit his reps, it's hard to see what they really have. But when he was in there, he was actually really productive. And I'd give him another shot. Now, I have to go get Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith to help him out, be that person across side from him. But as for Jalen Reagor, I still feel like Jalen Reagor has a lot of potential. And I know you hate him, but I mean, Jalen Reagor to me is a guy that has a burst of speed. And I feel like if he's not in his own head, with a full off season of training, working on his speed, working on his agility, I honestly feel like he could become something in this offense. Now, does Doug come back? Probably. They're saying that he's coming back.
Doug and Howie are coming back. It's official. They know.
Right? Yeah. But that could change. You never know in 2 days that could change. The NFL could go to them and say, what the hell was that? When you guys need to go or else we're going to fine you and take draft picks away. They could say that. You never know. But something has to happen. It's either you have to get rid of Carson Wentz or you have to get rid of Doug. Because both those guys do not coexist with each other. We all know that. Everyone knows that. So Carson Wentz, he says that his relationship with Doug is fractured. I guess he's gone then, because if that's out there in the open, how can you fix that? You really can't. So I'm looking for something to happen within the next week. I don't think it's going to take that long. But if Jalen Hurts, if you guys really, really want to rely on Jalen Hurts, you really have to make sure it is the right move, because to me, Jalen Hurts isn't all that. But I'll let it play out. I don't run the team, so I have no say. But in my honest opinion, answering that question, if Justin Fields were there or Zach Wilson were there, I would actually take a shot on one of those two. Even though I don't think Justin Fields is that great of a prospect, if they're there, I'd rather go with one of those two over Jalen Hurts. I truly would.
Yeah,
we have a $4.99 super chat, by the way. This might have been Wentz's last game as an Eagle. It was. He's not taking another snap for this franchise. What were you saying?
No. I was saying, like, I just don't know. Like, my brother texts me, my friends text me, people ask me questions. I don't know. I have no idea where the direction this team is going now. Now we're gonna have to hear backlash that the Eagles are quitters, that the Eagles are pussies, that the Eagles are this.
We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care, but I'm saying on top of everything else, like, you are a division rival. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, if we needed all these years, we're a rival for a reason. I don't want to hear about respect for the game. We played for 3 quarters. And if Jalen Hurts gets hurt and we still lose the game, then what is Giants going to say? Oh, Eagles, fuck them. So you know what? I fully expect the Giants to come at us next year and bring it all. That's number one. Number two, I don't know the direction of where this team is going. I really don't. I don't know where they're going with quarterback. Everybody says, oh, Carson Wentz is gone. Until I see it's official that Carson Wentz is gone, he's on this football team. Do I think Jalen Hurts is the future? And that's the million-dollar question. And I'm like, from what I saw, and I'm giving you my honest opinion, does he make this offense better? Yes. Why? Because of his mobility. I think he's a good kid. I think he's got a leadership ability. I think people will like to play with him. He has that effect on them. Now, is his arm big time? Not really. Not really. Now, to me, that's not a big issue because as long as you could complete balls and you're accurate, I'm fine with it. I don't need you to throw 70 yards down the field. That's just me. But do I feel confident in going forward with Jalen Hurts? I can't tell you that because if we're going to form this team, if we're going to field this team next year, the same thing with the offense, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback. And like I've been telling people actually believe that if Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers was on this Philadelphia Eagle team, that they would be contenders, that they would be a 10-win team. With this offense, there's no chance. That's how bad this team is offensively. Yeah. This team, there's a reason why Greg Ward, Travis Fulgham, and all these guys are practice squad players, fifth-round players, John Hightower, Quez Watkins. These guys should not be in the NFL. They're practice squad players. I say it every single week. And it seems to me like, oh, Jalen Hurts, he can make this work. No, you can't win anything. You're going to win some games, yes. And doesn't anybody notice that the last 2 weeks, we stop at 17, we stop at 14. After that, we don't score no more? Because it's like after the scripted plays, we have nothing. Yeah. On top of the players, we have a coach that doesn't know how to scheme players open.
Well, what people don't understand about the NFL opposed to college is that in NFL and the NBA, leagues like that, they're called professional leagues. They adjust after halftime. Yeah. They don't adjust game by game. They adjust, honestly, by quarter. They go back and look at tablets. That's why they have the tablets in front of them, and they see what they did wrong. And they're smart enough to realize what they can fix for the next series. So a lot of people don't understand, like when you put Jalen Hurts out there, does he look flashy? Does he look good at times? Yes. But then you go to the tablet and you're like, oh, let's take this away from him and he's garbage. And then you saw that. That's why it stalls out. And that's why he's not that's why I wouldn't consider him a consistent National Football League quarterback because he's not a guy that could adjust to what they're adjusting to. You know what I'm saying? And you need someone that's smart. I'm not saying that Wentz is going to be the answer because I have Wentz out the door because anytime you say the words fractured and coaching, you're gone. I hate to break it to you. Either one of those guys go, and Carson Wentz is obviously going to go. Carson Wentz is obviously going to be the guy that's out the door. They're just going to try to find a way to make a trade partner. But it's all about adjustments in these leagues, and people just don't get that. It's week. It's not week by week. Like I said, it's like quarter by quarter, series by series. These coaches are smart. That's why they get paid millions of dollars.
I agree. And that's why not to cut you off. I agree with you on everything that you said. And that's why on top of the players and on top of talent, you need a coach. And Doug Peterson at week after week after week, fourth down, these decisions. You go on fourth down, you could easily hit the field. And I understand this game doesn't mean anything. It looks bad. I understand that. But you even text me, say, why don't you hit the field goal? Yes. But 4 tries in the red zone against the Washington Redskins and you can't punch it in? Yeah. Now, Carson Wentz is not on the field. You have a different quarterback. Same scenario. And I've been telling everybody this. Even with Jalen Hurts, yeah, you may be flashy. It may look better at times. We have no elite talent. And on top of that, we have a coach that is crazy. And I'm hearing things that he wants full say. Doug Peterson does not deserve full say at all. He hasn't earned that right. I don't care about the Super Bowl. He doesn't earn that right. We need to get an outside voice. And what the Eagles are going to do is they're going to strip everybody. Jim Schwartz is going to be gone. We're going to strip everybody. And instead of promoting some bright new ideas from an outside source, they're going to promote within. It never works out. Doug Peterson's still going to have offensive coordinator bullshit, but an assistant. And that's what's going to happen. And if they go with Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz or whatever the situation may be, to me, it's going to be the same thing. You need a brand new voice, a brand new start over. That's what you need. And that's not going to happen because Jeffrey Lurie and is going to give Harry Roseman and Doug Peterson the benefit of the doubt and say, fix this. Yeah. And we're going to get hosed with this Wentz thing. We have to get rid of him because Wentz is going to say, I'm not playing for you. I'm not staying as a backup. So you better take whatever you could get for me. He may even restructure so he could get out. But at the same time, we should be getting at least a 2 for him, and we're going to probably get a 3 for him.
Yeah. No, I agree. If we don't get at least a 2 for him, I'll be pissed off. I want a 1 for him, but I don't think anyone's going to give him a 1.
And Zach Ertz, we're going to get, what, a 5th if we're lucky?
Yeah, luckily. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we have a lot of comments saying that they don't think Hurts is that bad. Like Danny Lukenheimer says, I actually don't think that Hurts is that bad. Get Wentz out of here. He's a clown. We need to build this team up. A lot of holes. Howie needs to go. All right, so Howie isn't going to go, so let's just cross that off the list. Wentz is going to get out of here, in my opinion. But the thing about I don't think Hurts is actually that bad. Here's the thing. He might not be bad in hindsight, but when you're trying to win 10 to 11 games in the regular season, he's not the guy. Like, you would really need to build an offense around him for him to be the guy. Like, he's not a guy that just has that spark. He doesn't have that skill set to where he can take over the game and make garbage men look like gold, like Tom Brady did in Foxborough.
But let me ask you a question, and I'm being very honest here. And this is not a knock on the Dallas Cowboys. I know there's Dallas fans in here.
Yeah.
I use Dak Prescott because, to me, he's the perfect example. If you take Dak Prescott and you put him with the Philadelphia Eagles, are we that much better with the same squad?
No.
Okay. People actually believe that Dak Prescott is a difference maker. Now, I am not discrediting Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott has a hell of an offense. Averages 300 yards a game. They average 27 points a game. They're not winning because their defense stinks, granted. But they have given Dak Prescott a lot to work with. So for people and Eagle fans to tell me, oh, if we had Dak Prescott or we had Russell Wilson, this team, no, we wouldn't. That's how bad the team is. Now, unless you're a Rodgers, unless you're a Brady, unless you're one of these guys that can make dog shit turn into gold, Dak Prescott is not that type of quarterback. Jalen Hurts is not that type of quarterback. Josh Allen is a perfect example. Josh Allen was garbage last year. Why is he better? They made a move for Diggs. They made a move for Diggs. And now, look at him. We don't have that. Dak Prescott has that. And he's still not winning. So that should tell you something. But I don't want to bash Dak Prescott because he's an injured man and whatever. But I'm just trying to make a point that Jalen Hurts, for him to be what we expect a quarterback to be, you have to surround him with good players. We don't have that. Dallas does, and that's why it takes away what Dak really is, which is an average quarterback. He may look really good because of what he has around him. But when we have Jalen Hurts and you give him this, what do you expect him to do? Mm-hmm. So, to me, like I said, I think we are in full rebuild mode. I think we're going to be bad for the next 5-6 years, and I'm not being drastic. I'm telling you the truth. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a corner opposite of Slay. We don't have linebackers. Our safety's out for the year, probably next year, half of the season. Our DNs, we have all this money. They're older now. Offensive side of the ball, no receivers, no quarterback. What do you guys expect to happen? You expect to be a 10-win team next year? No money. So what do you expect to do?
Yeah, I mean, look at this Giants fan's comment. He said, "You killed the Giants playoff run, but in the process, lost your entire locker room. The Giants will remember this. See ya in 2021." Now, listen, Giants fan, Matthew. Hey, can I call you Matthew? You have to understand something. What locker room was lost? It was the last game of the season. This team was absolute dog shit. Most of these players aren't going to be here anyway. If you're talking about Jalen Hurts and what he whispered on national TV saying that ain't right in that GIF, well,
did he say that?
Yeah, he might not even be here next year. He said that. He said because they put the camera towards him and you could read on his lips that ain't right. Basically saying that they're throwing the game on purpose and that he can't finish it. So, I mean, if he has a problem with it, he can go too. Like, I don't care.
I agree.
It's all about the logo. Like Zom says, like he's been telling me the last 6 years, it's about the logo on the front, not the name on the back. All right, and Herb Brooks said the same exact thing. And guess what? They beat the fucking the Soviet Union team, Miracle on Ice. All right, head coaches like that get it. So if you're a me guy and you care about yourself over the team, you get the fuck out of here. All right, players can replace you. Average people that work every day at pizza shops, coffee shops, computerists, scientists can be replaced. People die, they get replaced. So Jalen Hurts, he can say that and he could be mad. He just needs to tell someone he's mad so he could get traded.
And Matthew, I'm not going to come at you because I don't know you, and I understand you're frustrated. But why don't you guys look in the mirror, like I said in the beginning, if you missed it, and say, you know what? We got to look at ourselves in the mirror as Giant fans, as Giant players, and say, why are we 6-10? Why have we been bad the last 10 years? The last time you've had success was in 2011. You guys have been bad. Yeah, you have 4 Super Bowls, but come on now. Now you haven't done anything. You haven't won a division. You haven't done anything. So let's be honest and let's be frank here. When are you guys going to actually look in the mirror and say, you know what? What do we expect the Philadelphia Eagles to do? They're a rival. They're a shit team. We hate them. What do you expect us to do? You expect a division rival to help you? And you should have helped yourselves. Who told Evan Ingram to drop that ball in Philadelphia? Who told Daniel Jones to be a fumbling machine? Who told Joe Judge to not be, I don't know, whatever? You got to look at yourself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And that's it. You cannot blame a rival. I wouldn't expect the Giants to help us. And I'm sorry. I don't believe in you play with pride because the Eagles did play with pride for 3 quarters. They saw enough of Jalen Hurts. They took him out, and they said, what's the reason? Why do we have to waste our draft stock? And let's be honest. Let's be quite frank here, guys. Let's be frank. We're going to fuck up the pick anyway. So what's the issue?
We're not. Well, we can't fuck up that pick, bro. I mean, if it were like, let's just say like a 9 to like 16 pick, then I would say yes. But a 1 to like 8 pick is like guaranteed, unless the guy you pick doesn't pan out on his own. It's a guaranteed pick. I want to answer this. Are you okay with them throwing a winnable game tonight when your defense actually played good? Actually, I am, and the reason why I am is because you guys don't know how much we needed this top pick. Now, could they take it away from us? They could. All right. If the league thinks that tanking isn't good for the product, especially on Sunday Night Football, they could take it away from us, or they could push us back in the draft. I could actually see that happening because that's how the world is evolving. People get offended by everything. So I could actually see that happening, unfortunately. But I'm okay with losing tonight because I would have been more pissed off if we were to win tonight. Because if you're going to win a game tonight when you're out of the playoffs, where would that would have been last week? Where would that would have been against teams like, I don't know, when we fucking Cincinnati? How about teams that are worse than this team that we played? You know, it just didn't make any sense to me how we'd win this game, and when it actually mattered the most, we lost. You know, and I just can't stand that, and that's what I don't get from you guys. And it's not that losing on purpose is okay. Like I love when people go out there and win, but tonight would have really made me mad if we won this game tonight with half our roster out. It would have made absolutely no sense because those guys would have been playing better than our starters. Like, you know how bad that would have made us look? Like, think about it.
But think about last year. Everybody, what's the guy's name at the end? Chase Young?
Yeah.
Okay. Chase Young's going to the New York Giants. Chase Young's going to the New York Giants. That's all I heard. Oh, Chase Young. If the New York Giants didn't win a game or 2 games more than they were supposed to, they would have had Chase Young, right?
Yep.
So now they're dying for a fucking defensive end. Now that's all I hear is defensive end and a receiver. We need a pass rusher. Shit like that happens. Now listen, I'm not going to be a total dickhead. Do I feel embarrassed? No. Do I feel disappointed because, you know, of how we did it? Yeah, I laugh because I hate the Giants more than anything. We won a Super Bowl. I could care less what happens. But at the same time, go. At the same time, what I'm trying to say is that you're a rival. You're an enemy. You are an enemy. What did you expect to happen? And I don't understand. Oh, lose the locker room. Nobody's going to lose the locker room. We have to do what's best for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's exactly what we did. And nobody could deny that for 3 quarters we played well. For 3 quarters, we tried to win that game for 3 quarters. Why did you take out Hurts? We took out Hurts because right now he's our future. That's the excuse you're going to get. And let me tell you something. Any Giant fan or any player that says the NFL is going to suspend the Eagles or take away draft picks and move them to the 20th pick, I'm still going to be happy. Do you know why? Because the New York Giants are not division champs, and that's not going to be taken away.
Yeah, they haven't been divisional champs since what, 2016?
The hate is real. The hate is real. So
wait, 2011 actually, there was the last time they were divisional champs. I think 11. They won 11-5 in 2016, but I think they were the wild card because the Dallas Cowboys were the first seed. Yeah, so they haven't won the divisional title since 2011. That's kind of funny, actually. Matthew G said, I'm not trying to come off as rude. It is not your fault we missed the playoffs. It is our fault. But this game was a disgrace to the NFL. Players put their bodies on the line. It's disrespectful. Listen, you have to understand something.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Now, JJ, these players get paid well. They'll be fine. You know, If it were a college game, then yeah, they're not getting paid, and they're putting the body on the line for nothing. I can see where you're coming from. But these guys are big boys; they get paid. And guess what? There are no fans in the stands that paid money to see this product, so it's a little bit easier. If there were fans in the stands, I'd feel a little bit worse because people actually paid their hard-earned money to see their team lose on purpose. But the fact of the matter is, it's COVID season. It's a different year. This is probably the first time that this has been seen in national TV history because there are no fans in the stands to boo you. You know what I'm saying? It's different. COVID fucked everything up, and people have to understand that this year was different from every other year, and going into this year or the next NFL season, hopefully everyone's back in the stands, to where this does not happen again. But you're not coming off as rude. I understand what you're saying. I personally just don't care because I want this top pick so badly. You do not understand what I put up with this fucking team this year. This team was garbage from week number 1. It takes me usually 3 weeks to tell if a team's bad or not. After the first game, I was like, this team is trash and something needs to be done because we lost to Dwayne Haskins, So I like I said, I understand it's disrespectful. I just don't care.
I agree. I agree with everything you said. And I think, to be honest with you, the way Alex Smith played, I think Dwayne Haskins would actually give them a better shot today. But like I said, regarding this whole stuff and whatever happens, listen, we have to do at the end of the day what's best for the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought we tried to win for 3 quarters and then they took out Sudfeld. They saw enough tape of Jalen Hurts and they took him out. Whatever happens. You're a division rival. We're not going to try to help you. There's no reason for us to win this game. And that's what it is. And obviously the players agreed to it because if the coaches told them, lay down or whatever, and they did it, obviously they agree with it. If they had pride, they would have played and said, fuck it, right? And
Yeah. I'm not necessarily saying that they agreed. By the way, Steph Curry dropped 62 points. That's insane. I'm not saying that they agreed with it because they can't really overrule a coach or else they won't be back the next year. Yeah, but as for the Rams said, a YouTube content creator said Zach Ertz was the last player on the field, sat on the bench by himself. Well, number one, for the Rams, he's not going to be here. That's a given. He's gone. Why. And that's why he sat there, because he loved being a Philadelphia Eagle, and he knows he's gone. So, that's a little different.
Regarding Zach Ertz, I just want to say something. You have 2 years left on your contract, I think, or 1 year after your contract. You want to be paid a top tight end. If you love the Philadelphia Eagles so much, they just paid Carson Wentz. If we don't have the money, it's like, do you really love the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, let's be honest. You get it. You got money, dude. You know what I'm saying? You want to help this franchise. You want to help. And I understand the whole thing. If you're going to play as a top 10, how many times has Zach Ertz been a top tight end? 1 year? He had really one good year, and that was 2017?
Yep.
Okay. He doesn't break tackles. Let's be honest. I like Zach Ertz.
2018.
Okay. 2017, 2018, he was good. But 2018 was his best year, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had 118 receptions.
Okay. So since he's been here, what was it? Since 2013, 2014, he had 2 good years out of his whole career. Won us a Super Bowl. Thank you very much. But money makes people disgusting. Yep. There's always that one player that has their love for the team over the money. You have 2 years left on your contract, 1 year left on your contract, and you're bitching about your contract. Mm-hmm. So get him out. You're old, number one. Number two, that's how you play too.
I hate to break you up, but you made a good point. The reason why he's bitching about his contract is because he knows he's declining, and he wants to get as much as he can.
Well, then you don't really care about the team. You care about yourself.
Exactly, and you just mentioned that money is kind of evil because it's like you care about yourself and you care about your family down the road, but the money you're getting paid is to produce for the team. It's not to just give to your family. Like, that's just a bonus. It's produced for the team and to get wins, to get championships. And Zach Ertz, I in my opinion, he declined after the 2018 season. He played in the playoffs. He played in a playoff game last year with a lacerated, kidney or something like that, and he was a warrior. But this year he was absolute ass. And like, for the time he was on the field, he didn't produce at all. So I mean, yeah, you have to kind of move on from him. I know he has 2 years left, but if someone wants a tight end like Aaron Rodgers, try to get a deal for him.
And another thing with Zach Ertz is that's how you show. Because you didn't get your way, you played like this. All of a sudden, you don't get any catches. All of a sudden, you're running shitty routes. If your boss says you're not getting a promotion, you could do one of two things. You could put your head down and say, "Go fuck yourself" and leave, or you could say, "You know what? I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna make sure that he made a mistake." What did Zach Ertz do all year long? I haven't heard his name all year long. because you got into an argument with Howie Roseman. So you know what? You
First
only care about yourself. Don't tell me. Don't sit there and say, "Oh, I had a good career." You're gonna go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Go win with Aaron Rodgers. That's fine. You don't love the Philadelphia Eagles because if you did, it wouldn't be a money-hungry son of a bitch. That's my opinion.
And it was before the first game of the season when we need him the most.
Yeah, exactly. First. Yeah, no, fuck him.
Further AM said heard Jason Kelsey might not be coming back. That would be by far our biggest loss.
Yeah,
by far our biggest loss. That guy hasn't missed a game in 115 games.
He's the best center in the league.
You do not find centers like that, and the guy is still producing at an all-time high level.
I agree. That is a shame, and like I said, you can't fall in love with players, but that'll sting a little bit. But like I said,
he has nothing left to prove, though.
Exactly. He won a Super Bowl. He's one of the best centers in the league. He holds the all-time record. Listen, like I said, the faster Eagles fans put in their minds and they accept the fact that the Eagles won a Super Bowl and now we're back at rough times. It's going to be a long time losing, a lot of losing to fix this. Next year, it's not going to be any better.
Nate Sudfeld was 5 for 12, 32 yards, and an interception after replacing Jalen.
And they said that he didn't try.
Yeah. That's bad. That's really bad.
Listen, you could say whatever you want. Why? I saw Darius Slayton. Why was people don't understand something. Carson Wentz is gone. If Jalen Hurts gets hurt, then what?
Yep.
And let me tell you something. Let's say we happen to win this game, right? Let's just say with our luck, the Giants would have won the Super Bowl. You know what they would have said? Thank you, Philly. Fuck you, Philly. Right?
Yep.
You make fun of us. You make fun of everything about us.
Everything.
So fuck you now too now.
It's like you want to root for us to help you get into the playoffs when you're dissing us for throwing Santas and batteries at Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You diss us for eating horse shit on the ground, which is disgusting. I understand that. You diss us for liking cheesesteaks. You diss us for the stupidest
fictional
things.
Character. Yeah.
Yeah, throwing beer on people like everyone throws beer.
You're
on
a 6-10. You're a 6-10 team. You're acting like you won 12 games. Act like you won before. I know it's been a decade since you haven't done anything, but all day long, happy as fuck. 6-10. If you want to talk about rules and respect, not one team in this division should be going to the playoffs.
No,
not one.
Nope.
Okay, and if we were going to the playoffs at 6-10, you wouldn't see me be fucking celebrating.
They should honestly all be top 12 picks in the draft.
Fucking disaster. And they should change the rule. If you win the division, then you deserve to go to the playoffs. How the fuck does the Washington football team get a home game over the Bucks?
Yeah.
If I'm the Bucks, I'm saying we won 10 games. This team fucking won 7. They get the home field.
Yeah, Brady doesn't care about that though.
I understand that, but I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah.
Like Giant fans want to blame us. You should be blaming yourselves.
I will say it will be interesting to see what Brady does this year.
Brady's going to absolutely and maybe put 50 burger on Washington next week. And then
I think he's going to do very well. This is actually the one year I'm rooting for Tom Brady.
No, I'm not rooting for Tom Brady. I can't root for I'm rooting for the Buffalo Bills. That's what I'm rooting for.
I mean, this is the year that Buffalo could win because of COVID and there's no one in the stands. I don't know. I just think I think it's pretty fascinating seeing Tom Brady play like this at his age. I think it's ridiculous. Like 43 years old and you have 40 passing touchdowns. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's nice to have weapons to what he has too.
Yeah, it's true. The Bucs will expose Washington. Yeah, they will. Thoughts about? I'll take a couple more and then we'll get out of here. Thoughts on Carson Wentz winning out? Hey, listen. He helped set us up for a position in the Super Bowl. Granted, we had a great team around him that whole season. He wants to move on. If he wants to blabber on and cry, listen, I'm not going to feel sad for the guy because the guy has more money than I'll ever make in my lifetime. Just to play a kid's game. He's the quarterback. He had the city in the palm of his hands, and he wants to cry. People are feeling bad about this guy when he's a $100 millionaire. Like, I'm sorry. It's just this is. I knew there was something off about the guy. I truly did. Like after 2018, I was like, this guy seems like a me guy. Like he bought tickets for Alshon Jeffrey to come down and practice with him in Dallas, and then Alshon didn't want to go. Like, what teammate doesn't want to go to an open practice that you're paying for? You know what I'm saying? It's like Carson. There's something more to Carson Wentz that we just don't know about, and I have a big feeling that his teammates don't like him.
Yeah.
And if that's a possibility, and if that's the thing, he needs to get out of here because you can't have that in the locker room.
No, I agree. But if this may be the last time I talk, on YouTube or whatever for the year or whatever it is going to be until the draft or whatever. But regarding Carson Wentz, listen, I know he's not listening. I know he's not watching this. He's got other better things to do. But for the fans out there that are like me, that, wish that Wentz would have came back and would have won a Super Bowl or came back with a vengeance. Listen, I appreciate everything that he's done. I appreciated that, he did try to win. I appreciate all the games like that Atlanta game that we lost that game. I believe it was 2 years ago, and he played with his guts. Unfortunate injury and a magical 2017 season. But at the end of the day, you got to be a man about this. And there's a lot of reports coming out that, and you see it on the sideline, that like all about yourself. And in North Dakota or whatever he's from, maybe where he comes from, like he doesn't have competition. Do you get what I'm saying? Like maybe he expected, like, this is my team. You know what I mean? Because of where you're from. Like he's not used to competition. I don't know what the situation may be, but you know what? I don't wish him bad. If he goes to New England, if he goes to the Colts and he wins the Super Bowl, I won't be mad. I'll actually laugh and be like, I fucking told you he was good. But this organization did do him wrong in somewhat, but also Carson Wentz is being a pussy. So I think it's 50-50, to be fair. But if this is the last time, Carson Wentz, I wish you good luck. And it's a shame that it didn't work out.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with Donovan McNabb. He was here for years. He gave us the most entertainment as possible. Didn't win the big game because they never surrounded him with anyone after T.O., and that was the biggest issue. He had Macklin, he had Jackson, but let's be honest. Did he ever have that one game-changing player? No.
Terrell Owens, that was it.
Yeah, Carson Wentz had Alshon Jeffrey, and Carson Wentz unfortunately got hurt. And then Nick Foles took us into the Super Bowl and beat Tom Brady.
And you know what? Let's get the cat out of the bag. For years, I've been lying to you. And I know a lot of people are watching this. For years, I've been lying. Would Carson Wentz would have won that Super Bowl? I always say yes. No. The honest truth is, I don't know. And it's not because of what I know now. That year, he was magical. He was the best player in the NFL. But when it comes to like the NFL MVP, like Rodgers is going to be the NFL MVP. Does that mean he's going to win? And chances are he's not going to win the Super Bowl. And that's because of the past, of what the past taught us. Now, maybe Nick Foles, we needed him, yes. But at the same time, Carson Wentz, do I think that he would have won? He would have gave us a chance. But at the same time, now I could admit, because, I hold my pride high and I love the guy and whatever. I don't know if he would have won. I don't know. Before I used to say, yeah. I don't know if he would have won. I really don't.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
I'm just glad we did. And at the end of the day, if we get punished because of what happened today and we don't win for the next 50 years, I'm content because I saw them win one.
Yeah, which could happen. And we all know that how corrupt this world is. So you never know what's out. So, but with that said, guys, our season has come to an end. Fly like an eagle, unfortunately. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this season. It was mine, Zomp's, and Zach's first season together as anchors or whatever you want to call us. And we had a lot of fun together, and we're definitely going to be back for the draft. Hopefully we do some off-season stuff like the free agency or whatever, but the draft is the main target date. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our content. This show isn't going to be year-round, all right? Zach and I are going to do something with Philly sports. Zomp isn't a Philly fan other than the Eagles, so he won't be on, obviously, until it's something Eagles-related. But it was an awesome season. It truly was. As much as this season sucked, we all love the Philadelphia Eagles, and we all want to see them do better. We wouldn't be doing the show if we didn't love them and give them harsh criticism at times. We want what's best for this team, and we're putting our thoughts and opinions out there that makes them strive better, be that better team going forward, even if they don't listen, because it's our venting space. It's like going to a therapist and just airing it all out. But yeah, we had a great season, and I want to thank Zomp, my brother, for the season here at Fly Like an Eagle podcast. And I cannot wait until your Italian ass comes back in April.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me just say, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. You gave me the opportunity. I know that we're good friends outside of here, and I know there's times where I get crazy and I say many things. If there's enemies out there, listen, it's all love. If you guys are supporters, I appreciate it. Go to Kyle's YouTube account and Zach's YouTube account. I don't know names or whatever, just how it works. But I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity. I look forward to next year. And we shall see what happens. And like always, go Birds.
Absolutely, go Birds. Can we get one more how about them Birds to get us out of here?
It's late, though. How about those Birds, baby? Fuck the Giant. Fuck.
All right. All right, we will catch you guys. Well, I'll catch you guys sometime in the next 2 weeks. But that said, we're out of here till next year. Peace out, guys.